The modern world rarely witnesses military events of such magnitude and impact as the recent mass surrender of Russian forces in Ukraine. This is not just another battlefield defeat. It marks what many experts call the largest troop surrender in modern warfare history. The repercussions of this event go far beyond the immediate loss of manpower, shaking Putin's grip on power and dramatically altering the trajectory of the war. In this video, we will examine the detailed background of this historic surrender, the strategic errors that led to it, the impact on Russia's military and political landscape, and what this means for the future of the conflict. Section 1. Historical background and context. To understand the significance of this surrender, we must first briefly revisit the origins of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. The annexation of Crimea in 2014 was the first major escalation, followed by years of proxy warfare in the Donbas region. In early 2022, Russia launched a full-scale invasion, aiming to quickly overpower Ukraine and force regime change. However, the reality on the ground has been starkly different. Despite superior numbers and equipment, Russian forces encountered fierce Ukrainian resistance, logistical nightmares, and significant morale problems. Over time, the war morphed into a grinding conflict of attrition, with shifting front lines and mounting casualties. Section 2. The build-up to the largest surrender. By late 2025 and early 2026, Russian forces faced unprecedented challenges. Supply lines were overstretched and frequently disrupted by Ukrainian counterattacks. Harsh winter conditions and poor planning led to equipment failures and troop exhaustion. Increasing defections and desertions weakened unit cohesion and fighting spirit. One particular campaign in the Eastern Front became the tipping point. A large Russian force found itself encircled by Ukrainian troops after a series of coordinated offensives. Cut off from reinforcements and running low on supplies, this group faced mounting pressure to surrender or face annihilation. Section 3. The surrender event. What followed was unprecedented. Thousands of Russian soldiers laid down their arms in what was officially reported as the largest troop surrender in modern military history. Images and footage from the scene showed exhausted, demoralized troops abandoning their positions and raising white flags. The surrender was not just a tactical loss, but a symbolic defeat. It exposed serious flaws in Russia's military strategy, command, and morale. Section 4. Causes of the collapse. Several key factors contributed to this historic collapse. 1. Logistics failure. Russia's inability to maintain consistent and reliable supply chains severely hampered combat effectiveness. Fuel shortages, lack of ammunition, and poor food supplies broke down unit readiness. 2. Poor leadership and morale. Reports from within the ranks indicated widespread dissatisfaction with commanders and fear among troops. Leadership failures at multiple levels led to confusion and chaos on the battlefield. 3. Ukrainian tactical superiority. Ukraine's use of modern intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance assets allowed them to anticipate and counter Ukrainian maneuvers effectively. Combined with Western military aid, Ukraine gained a decisive edge in mobility and firepower. Section 5. Impact on Putin's regime. This surrender sent shockwaves through Moscow. Putin's image as a strong leader capable of projecting power was seriously undermined. Within political circles, concerns grew about his ability to continue prosecuting the war. Opposition groups and dissidents used this event to rally against the government, calling into question the legitimacy and competence of the Kremlin. Internationally, Russia's allies expressed unease, and several began reconsidering their support, fearing association with a losing side. Section 6. Global reactions. The international community responded swiftly. Western governments increased military and humanitarian aid to Ukraine. Sanctions against Russia tightened further, aiming to accelerate economic and political pressure. Global markets reacted nervously to the instability in Eastern Europe. This event has redefined alliances and power structures, emphasizing the limits of Russian military power and the resilience of Ukrainian forces. Section 7. The human cost. Beyond the strategic and political implications, the human cost of this surrender is staggering. Thousands of soldiers, many conscripts, faced capture or death. Families on both sides suffer losses, displacement, and trauma. The broader Ukrainian population continues to endure hardship, but this victory has provided renewed hope. Section 8. What's next? The future of the conflict. With this historic surrender, the question arises, what happens now? Scenario 1. Ukrainian advance. Buoyed by this victory, Ukraine might press its advantage to reclaim lost territories and push deeper into Russian-held areas. Scenario 2. Negotiated settlement. International pressure could lead to renewed diplomatic talks, aiming for a ceasefire or peace agreement. Scenario 3. Escalation. Russia might double down, deploying more forces or even threatening nuclear options, increasing the risk of wider conflict. Military analysts emphasize that while this surrender is a critical blow, the war is far from over. Section 9. Lessons learned. This event offers important lessons for modern warfare. The critical importance of logistics and supply lines in sustained combat. Morale and leadership can decisively impact outcomes beyond sheer numbers. Modern technology and intelligence give smaller forces significant advantages. Conclusion. The largest troop surrender in modern history marks a defining moment in the Russia-Ukraine war. It symbolizes the fragility of Putin's military ambitions and the resilience of the Ukrainian people. As the world watches, the future remains uncertain, but one thing is clear: the balance of power in Eastern Europe has shifted dramatically. Stay tuned for ongoing coverage and analysis as this historic conflict continues to unfold. Call to action. If you found this video informative and insightful, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on the latest developments in global conflicts.